How many talented ones, truly great writers, would you say have MFAs, even have a bachelor's, versus those that maybe don't? Do you think it's really necessary?
Gosh, I don't know. Excuse me. I know someone who just got a master's in television writing from Loyola, but I don't really know everyone's resumes in these groups and what they've been to. The nice thing I've noticed about people who go to college and they get these screenwriting degrees is when you're young, you just don't have that much to write about yet, because you haven't. It's why like a lot of comedians don't get successful until they're at least like 30, because they just haven't done that much yet. You just need time on the planet. Yeah. And as a writer, the more time you have on the planet, the more you have to draw from. So that's the great thing about going to college, is that while you're young and still learning, you can learn the craft and the technique, so that when you do have more things to write about, you have the technique.
You got to get bitter first.
Yeah.
You can't, probably 35 is the time.
Yeah. Well, writers are frequently, there's a bitter, even when they're successful, there's a bitterness. When writers get together, they just love to complain. If you don't have an agent, you love to complain about you don't have an agent. When you do have an agent, you complain that they're not sending out your stuff enough. Okay. When you sell a pilot, you complain because the pilot didn't get made. When you get a pilot made, you complain because it didn't go to series. When you have a series, you complain that it only ran 2 years instead of 6 years. Okay. And I guess if you're Chuck Lorre, you complain that you only have 3 series on the air instead of 6. I mean, writers will always find a reason to complain. We're creative that way. So.
Right. But they voice what most people are already thinking,
yeah.
But maybe they just don't want to say it. So those that are embittered enough to say it, we're like, yes, we won't say that, but we want to hear it. So.
Well, that's a writer's job, is to voice things that people can't say.